For today's video, I'm going to share my go-to makeup routine for summer. Now, I have not sat down and done a makeup get ready with me video in quite a while, but I figured I might as well do one, share with you guys the makeup routine that I've been doing for summer when I actually have been doing my makeup, because honestly on most days I haven't been putting on makeup, but when I do, this is the routine that I have been doing for quite a while now, even before summer. It's just a great everyday makeup look and I think it works great for summer as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. First thing that I'm gonna do is apply some sunscreen. This is the Summer Fridays Mineral Milk sunscreen. I've done a review on this. I absolutely love this sunscreen. I discovered it I feel like it's been a while now since I've discovered it, but I did a video on this and shared my thoughts on it, but I have been absolutely loving this. I'm actually almost completely out of this, but this is literally the most lightweight mineral sunscreen that I have ever tried, and honestly the most lightweight sunscreen in general. I'm applying this so strange. But this is just the lightest consistency. It feels extremely lightweight. It melts into the skin, and while yes, I know it kind of looks a little bit white when I first start applying this, once it is all blended in, and it's really not hard to blend it in, doesn't leave any white cast at all. I find it's amazing for my acne prone skin. It never causes any breakouts for me. It is just such a nice sunscreen. This is definitely one that I'm going to repurchase when I run out of it. It's just such a good go-to sunscreen that I know I'm gonna like. Just something that's very, very lightweight. And because it is so lightweight, it just makes it so perfect for summer. Something that's not a thick sunscreen is great, or especially if you have combo or oily skin. I feel like you might especially like a very lightweight sunscreen, just something that's not gonna feel heavy at all on the skin. This is so good, highly recommend it. So then the next step is going to be using the Say Glowy Super Gel. I absolutely love this. This is my second large size of this. Such a gorgeous base, gives a glowy base. I love this. I use it literally every time I do my makeup, all year round, not even just summer. They also do have a sun-kissed version of this product. I actually do have it. Sometimes I feel like it looks a little too dark on me, but that's really pretty too if you want a sun-kissed glow. But I just love this one. This is the shade Star Glow. So pretty. Look at that glow it gives my skin. I just love it. Makes my skin look healthy, glowy, dewy. Love it. And then I haven't really been doing a base foundation recently, especially since my skin has cleared up so much and I'm not really dealing with as much acne anymore. I've just been doing some concealer. So for concealer under my eyes, I've been using the Rare Beauty Under Eye Concealer. This is my second one of this. I love this under eye brightener. It is so nice. It's so lightweight. Does such a great job at brightening my under eyes, and it doesn't look heavy. It's very lightweight. Kind of doesn't really look like I have a product on under my eyes. That's how lightweight it looks, but it still does a great job at brightening my under eyes. So I absolutely love this. See, it just does a really good job at brightening my under eyes, but it still looks so skin-like. And sometimes I'll add just a little bit more, just to give a little bit more coverage. I mean, it is a very light consistency, so it's not like it gives a whole lot of coverage, but it does brighten my under eyes well. So I do have kind of purpley looking under eyes, I feel like, but this does a good job at kind of concealing that a little bit. But again, it's not it's giving a whole lot of coverage, if that makes sense. But I still feel like it gives a light coverage, and honestly that's enough for this. I just like the very lightweight natural look. So there it is. I think it just really does a great job at brightening my under eyes. So then I want to set that, and I've been using the Kosas Cloud Set in the shade Breezy. This is a little mini size I have. The top broke off. I've had that problem with a lot of the Kosas packaging over time. When I use a product a lot, I feel like the lids just break. But anyway, I still love the product. So this is the shade Breezy that I've been using under my eyes. I also have a full size, it's a different shade. I think it's the shade Feathery, and I use that one all over my face, but I've been loving this one under my eyes. And this setting brush, this little precision brush, this is the Face Detailer from Kosas. I think this is just perfect for setting the under eyes, or even around the nose, just for very precise places that you want to set. I love this brush. The Kosas brushes are actually very nice. I really like them. I'm also going to use their contour fan brush today for my bronzer. Such a good brush as well. So after I do that, I will go in and I'll just kind of conceal some other spots on my face. I do still have like some post-acne marks that I do like to cover up just a little bit. But I purchased the new Say concealer. This is the Slip Tint Concealer. I purchased this during the Sephora sale, and I kind of forgot I had it for a little while. It got buried in my makeup, but I really, really like this formula. Now, I feel like the shade that I got the shade 6, which is, I believe it's described as light with neutral undertones, but I actually feel like it's like a little bit dark for me. If I got a little bit of a tan, I feel like it would work better. But I can still make this work. I kind of wish I got like one shade lighter, maybe the shade 5. But I just kind of use this to lightly spot conceal around my face. And I just kind of like blend it out all over my face with this Real Technique sponge. Like, I feel like it's like slightly too dark, but honestly, it still works very well. I don't think it like looks like super obvious like I have a too dark shade on, if that makes sense. But wish I got like maybe one shade lighter. But I love this formula. It's very lightweight, it's seamless. Gives a little bit of like a dewy finish. I really, really like it. I'm a huge fan of the Slip Tint foundation from Say as well. So I feel like the formula for this concealer is actually very similar to that foundation. Not quite as liquidy as the foundation, but as far as like how it looks on the skin, it's like lightweight and dewy, gives like a medium, like light to medium coverage. I really, really like it. So really, really nice concealer. Now I did actually already kind of do my brows, but I applied the Kosas. This is the ultra fine detailing pencil, so I really, really like this. I have the shade Taupe. I already applied this just because I didn't feel like boring you with applying on camera. But then the next step I've been using is the Rare Beauty brow gel. This is such a nice brow gel. You can kind of use this to get that like laminated brow look if you want. You can apply a decent amount of product and you can actually kind of achieve that look with this, or you can just use it to really set your brows in place, because this is a brow gel that does a really good job at just like setting your brows in place so they don't move around. So this is really, really nice. But you can really get that like a laminated brow look if you want to. And I'll kind of show you that a little bit. As you can see, it starts to get more stiff. So now it's like building up and kind of doing more of that like laminated look. And I'm just gonna kind of brush them out even more with the spoolie here. But really, really nice clear brow gel. I've been really enjoying that. All right, and then next, I've been doing like a liquid bronzer or contour and then a liquid blush, as well as a powder bronzer and a powder blush. So I'm gonna be doing both. So for blush, actually normally I do the contour first. So I love the Westman Atelier contour stick, and I did a video about this. This is the mini size, and I even said in that video that this thing is gonna last forever. I've had this a long time. It's gonna last a long time, and I feel like I'll probably just use it until it's gone, unless I like don't use it up within like 3 years or something. But this thing is gonna last so long, even the mini size. So if you've been wanting to try this but the full size price is too much, just go for the mini size, because it's gonna last you a long time. I feel like you really just, I mean, me personally, I don't think I need the full size. I would never get through it, and I feel like I'd waste a lot of product. So this mini size alone is gonna last so, so long. But this is such a good contour stick. It blends out so easy. This is the Fit Glow like angled foundation brush. I'll link it in the description, but I love this brush for this contour. It blends out so, so well. Even for summer, sometimes I'll just do this product and not even apply a powder bronzer. But when I'm like going out, like going to hang out with friends, I do like to also apply a powder bronzer. So I'm gonna do that for this video. But even just like leaving it at this step for like summer makeup, I think is so, so nice. Just simple and still kind of like warms up your face a bit. So there it is, so, so pretty. And then for liquid blush, I've been using the Say. This is their Dew Blush in the shade Peachy. I've had this for over a year now, but I love this blush. It's so pretty. I'll just do like a little line or a dot on each cheek. Then I've been using this Real Technique sponge. This is their sponge that you're actually supposed to use it dry. It's very like squishy and less like dense than their other sponge, but this one is great, I feel like, for blending out blush. And this one is supposed to kind of like give more coverage too with this sponge. And as you can see, like it actually like really keeps that pigment well, as opposed to if I use this one to blend out the blush, it would sheer it out more. So I've been really liking to use this sponge for blending out liquid blush. But then if I want to blend it out even more, then I'll go in with this sponge and it'll kind of like sheer it out just a little bit. So that's super, super pretty. So I've been loving that. I think the shade is so nice for summer. And then for bronzer, I love this Kosas The Sun Show bronzer. This is in the shade Waves, which is the lightest shade. And I like to use their contour fan brush. It's just like a really, really large fan brush, which I didn't know how I would like this for like bronzer, but I actually have really been enjoying this brush for bronzer. It's so, so nice. It applies the bronzer very nice and lightly. It makes it so it's not easy to like apply too much. You can just really lightly apply it and build it up if you need to. But I really, really like this for applying bronzer. I think it's so, so nice. And I love this bronzer. I feel like it's perfect for summer. And I like that, I feel like it's hard to mess up with this bronzer. Like it just doesn't apply too much. So I really, really like this bronzer. This is the one I've been using for quite a while now, like over a year. This has been my go-to bronzer, so absolutely love this bronzer. And then a more recent launch is the Kosas Blush is Life blushes. So this is the shade Bliss. This is one of my favorite shades out of all the shades that they launched. Such a pretty shade, and I have done a whole swatch video swatching basically all of the shades of this blush if you do want to check that out and you want to figure out what shades you like the most. But this is the shade Bliss. It's such a pretty shade. If you want that perfect peachy pink glow, then I think you're gonna love the new Blush is Life from Kosas in the shade Bliss. The shade is absolutely gorgeous. Also, let's take a moment to say thank you to my cat for getting his fur on my chin, but this blush is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty blush brush to apply this. And what I really like about these blushes is that they're not really like luminous, but they're also not matte. They just give a really pretty radiant finish, so they really kind of wake your face up. So I really, really like the finish of these. If you're somebody who maybe like the RMS blushes, those ones are very, very luminous. Maybe that's not your thing. So if you're somebody who doesn't quite want a matte blush and you don't quite want something that is super luminous, then you might like this one because I feel like it's somewhere in between. It just gives a really pretty radiant finish without like chunks of glitter or without it looking like super highlightery, if that makes sense. So such a pretty blush. So then I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes and then I'll apply some mascara. So then for mascara, the one I've been using for quite some time now is the Tower 28 mascara. This is their Make Waves mascara. I have been really, really enjoying this. I've been using it for several months now, and it's been the one that I reach for the most. You know, for a while, my go-to mascara was the Rare Beauty mascara. But then once I tried this, I just started using this one a lot. I still love the Rare Beauty mascara, but this is the mascara that I have been using the most as of recently. I feel like it lifts my lashes really well and lengthens them nicely. Now with any mascara, I do still normally let it dry and then I'll curl my eyelashes again because my eyelashes will naturally just kind of like droop back down. So if I want to curl, I have to curl my lashes again after I let the mascara dry. So then basically the last thing to do, lips and then also some highlighter. So when I do want to apply some highlighter, I purchased the Westman Atelier stick highlighter. This is the lit up highlight stick. I purchased this during the Sephora sale and I love the Westman Atelier blush and that contour stick. This one I had higher hopes for. I'm actually not like super impressed with this one. Like, don't get me wrong, it's very pretty, but I expected it to be less like dewy. I feel like this is very dewy. It almost feels like kind of oily when I apply it. Like, it's very, very pretty, but I didn't really expect it to kind of have like an oily finish. I thought it was gonna be more like the contour stick and the blush stick. I don't know, I've heard good things about this though, but for me, I would prefer it if it didn't feel quite as oily. And then if I do want to do even more highlighter, I really like the Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Enlighten. This is their lightest shade of their highlighter. And I'll just use the Rare Beauty highlighter brush, lightly apply it. And then lastly for lips, I have been loving this one for I feel like a few years now, and I've used it up quite a bit. This is the Tower 28 multi-liner, one liner in the shade Fill Me In. I feel like this shade isn't talked about as much as the shade Work of Art, but for me, the shade Fill Me In is just the perfect pink. Work of Art, I feel like is more like a nude peachy shade, but this shade Fill Me In, I feel like it's almost like my actual lip color. but it just kind of adds a little bit of something extra there. But it's just a really pretty everyday pink shade, so I love this. So I'll normally just kind of line my lips with this, maybe fill in my lips a little bit, and then I'll just pop on like a clear lip product here. I actually already had one on. I already had on the Alpine Beauty lip mask. So just something clear. I already applied that, but normally I would apply this first. Just kind of maybe fill my lips in just a little bit. And then I'll just apply that like clear lip product, like this lip mask. Do that, and that is it. So that is the completed look. Now again, I will curl my lashes again, and if I do want this to last really well throughout the day, I will set it. I've been using either the Rare Beauty setting spray or the Ilia Beauty setting spray. I really like both of those. But yeah, this is the completed look. If you are interested in checking out any of the products that I used to create this look, I will have everything listed and linked in the description box below. Now those links are affiliate links. There's no pressure to use them, and they are no additional cost to you if you do use them, but they do really help to support my channel. So if you are interested in purchasing any of these anyway, and my video helped you out in making that decision, then it would mean so much if you would use any of the links in the description box below, because it really does help to support my channel so that I can continue creating free videos for you guys here on YouTube. But again, no pressure. But if you do, thank you so much. Your support seriously means so much. But if you guys have any questions about any of these products that I talked about in today's video, please don't hesitate to ask any of your questions in the comment section below. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed and you want to see even more content from me in the future, I would absolutely love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you tune in for my next video.